Guys, it's Jen here doing a process video today. I'm using, or I'm basing this loosely on a sketch from my kit club, and all of the product that I used in, or on, I shouldn't say the layout today, is from that kit club. And I think I accidentally deleted the very first video clip where I was basically just showing you the papers that I used. And so you can see there that what I've started with is a strip down the side. I think it's about 4 inches, and that is a poolside collection. There's a very small strip of pink there as well, and then I took a piece of blue, I believe it's Bow Bunny paper, and I just ripped off the edge and then cut that and tucked it in as a bit of a border piece. And right now I'm using these 3 photos. They were printed out 4x6 and then 2 3x4s on a canvas, and I've just cut them down a little bit because I just felt they were there was too much, they were taking up too much space, like too much of my white space for what I was going for. So I just cut them down a bit. I think I maybe took and half an inch off of 2 sides just to bring it down a little bit. So I'm using a piece of that red star paper, and the stars are kind of pink, so they pull that in. Can't remember what that's from. I want to say it's from 7 Paper Company. I'm not 100% sure, though I don't have it with me. And then that yellow paper is from the Crepe Paper Poolside Collection. And I mounted those 3 photos on some white cardstock just to give them a bit of dimension, especially over all the pattern paper. And yeah, so now I'm just playing with some embellishments. This layout goes fairly quickly, and I hesitate. You'll see why. I just had a little bit of, couldn't quite decide what I wanted to do with the background on this. I have pulled out some Pink Fresh embellishments that came with our kit, and then the one thing I did pull in is those ombre tags. Those are also from Pink Fresh, but those are from my stash. I just thought they were really cool, and I actually took the one that's kind of an aqua on the bottom, and I cut it in half, and I put the top of the tag on the top, and then I tucked the bottom of the tag on the bottom there. You can see it. It's kind of all lonely by itself, but I'm going to fix that problem later. And then, of course, here's me doing my very typical inking the edges for everything. Some people sand edges, some people ink, some people draw lines. Inking is sort of my go-to. I like it's fairly subtle, but I just think it helps your paper stand out just that little bit, and I'm so used to doing it now that I almost feel like I've done something wrong, or like it bugs me when I don't do it. And a lot of that's just from watching years and years of Shamel and Glitter Girl videos, and I've done lots of her classes, and I just think that it helps, especially when you're using, in this case, the poolside papers are a little bit distressed, and so I find to kind of bring the papers together, because I'm using different lines here with it, like that Bow Bunny paper. You can see it's got little hexagons on it, and you can't see enough of it. All you're really picking up from it is the blue, but that red one as well. They are not a distressed looking paper. They're more kind of crisp and new looking, and so I found by inking them all, and I'm using Vintage Photo, which is my go-to distress ink for inking. I also use a gray, which I don't have off the top of my head. I can't remember. It'll come to me. But the Vintage Photo distress ink is my go-to for when I'm using a brown based distress. So here's where I said yeah, it was a fairly quick layout, but I just felt like I wanted a little something on that white background. Those photos were kind of dark. It was an overcast day, summer day, so it was warm. Everybody's wearing shorts, but it was overcast, and then it ended up raining right at the end. Sorry for my head there, guys. I was reaching way across my desk for something. And so I wanted to add something. So I was just kind of smooshing on these colors that were in the flowers, and yeah, playing around with it, and do I want some more, and how does that look, and all that kind of fun stuff. And I, right now, think it looks fine, and I stick this down, and then I put the photos on, and I'm like, oh god, that's awful. It's awful. It's just like way too busy with that flowery paper. Don't like it at all. But the nice thing is I can either flip it over, but it was a bit too wet to do that, or just get a new sheet of white cardstock, which is why I buy big packs of cardstock. And there I made a mess of myself with the mustard. So I'm using mustard, Tropicana teal, and the primrose, which is the darkest pink from Heidi Swap Color Shine. And so there I just sprinkled them, and I like that a lot better. And I was just having a look, because you know, once you put your photo down, kind of what you can see and what you can't see. And of course I do not wait for them to dry. Luckily I didn't do any big smudges or make any big mess. So I think I had to go away and work. This is how I scrapbook. I work, I take a break, I do like 15-20 minutes, I go back to work, I come back, I work some more, I get interrupted by kids, you know, all those fun things. But that's why it's a kind of all, my videos are usually got lots of clips. It's because I kind of stop and start, which is really hard because I much prefer to go from start to finish. But such is life, right? So if I want to have time to scrapbook, this is how I do it. So I'm using those navy blue thickers there to spell out my title, and I liked there was those little arrows on the sheet for the thickers, so I used those for the fun and made the fun capital. I just thought that was kind of a fun touch. And then I'm using those gold glitter stars that also came in our kit. I think those are Studio Calico. And I just sprinkled some of those sort of down the line where those papers are, and I felt like that kind of helped bridge between the two sides of the paper, because that florally paper is more of a creamy base, and I did look at using kind of a vanilla base, but it just seemed too vanilla. Like, you know, if I could have found just a slightly off-white paper, that would have been good, but the kit came with one that's really vanilla, and I just didn't seem to have anything in my stash either. So white it was. Here I'm going through the poolside die cuts. These I bought myself to go with my kit last month, and I'm still using them because we got lots of poolside this time as well. And just playing around with those and looking at, you know, colors, and I didn't want that little end of the tag to be all by itself. So I have pulled in a little half of a die cut that I cut off just for the color. And then I also pulled in a little tag there that has some of the flowers on it, and I'm going to use that for my date in a minute. And that red arrow doesn't end up making it. I really liked it, but because I had that red behind, see right there, it can't really put it there. It's just red on red. I didn't like it. So, and it was too big to go anywhere else because of how I wanted to do my journaling. So now I'm going to pull in a bit of wood as well because we are outside and it's a bonfire. And these are the wood veneer that come with the kit. They're exclusive to Citrus Twist kits. And I'm playing around with that gold arrow too, but it's too much gold. There's already the gold hearts. So I'm going to use two little phrases. That arrow says, yes, this. And the one on the top that isn't an arrow says, right here, I believe. Oh, hold on. I have the layout. Why don't I just look at it? Real life. I totally lied. It says real life, the one on the top. It's right above that. Remember this from Pink Fresh. And there also was these little plus signs that came, so I'm sticking a couple of those down as well and just sprinkling them the same as the hearts, sort of up and down that, that vertical line, just to kind of pull the two sides of the layout together. And here, sorry for my head again, I have a much better setup now going on with my camera. Let me know if you think this is working better and you can see it well, and lighting and all that fun stuff. But I'm still working on where everything is in the room because I moved it all around. If you haven't watched any of my recent videos, I just moved my scrapbooker room around. And so I'm still working on placement, and that's not working because I have to reach through and underneath and then around my tripod. So we'll work on that. It's just sticking that stuff down. I'm going to do my journaling. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to do my journaling. I have the navy pen too from Project Life. It's not navy enough for me. So if anybody knows of a good navy colored pen that you can journal with, please let me know. It's just too lighter. It's not a dark enough blue. Like I want it to be navy because I have a black pen, I have a gray pen, a brown pen, and I want a navy pen. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, it just, to me, being picky, it's not navy enough. It works because that blue's kind of in the layout, but anyways, that's me being picky, that I wanted it to be more navy. Can I say that enough times? Yeah, so writing out my journaling, I kind of wish I'd gone across with that instead of down, but it's too late once it's on the page. I was not ripping that all back up again. And now I'm just pulling out some enamel dots as the last piece, and they're gonna shop those around a little bit, deciding what I want to do. I think the ones in my hand are Chamel ones that I got in my kit last month. And these ones are kind of a navy one, and there's like a darker blue as well. And then I'm also going to pull out another one from my stash. They're My Mind's Eye ones, and I use a couple pink and I think a yellow one as well. Yeah, those ones that are in my hand right there. Just playing around with them, but pretty much I am done. I am going to slow it down for you in a second and show you the layout a little bit closer up. And then there's also some still photos that I took as well. So I hope you enjoyed. I also am going to have a giveaway going up. It's either up already, depending when this gets put up, or it will be coming soon for 1,000 subscribers with an awesome prize package. So please check that out. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a great day. Bye.